They're getting.
Yes, March was one of the wettest we've had, wettest months all in a year. And so far, April starting off kind of damp and dreary as well, isn't it? As you look at the shot, kind of tells the story. It's gray out there. We've got some raindrops on the camera lens as you're heading out as we look live here in Camden. Currently, that temperature is 58 degrees. At least it's warmer than yesterday morning. And winds out of the west-northwest at about 7 miles an hour. But these showers just really snuck in ahead of this front. And now we're seeing them through much of the area. It's not very heavy. It's enough to make it damp, enough to make it dreary. Earlier this morning, we saw a couple lightning strikes. I'm not seeing anything with that right now. Just some showers rolling through the city right now. It looks to be just a touch heavier here if you're looking to the south here along Wilmington on I-95. It's coming down a little bit better with that area of yellow, but for the most part, they're rather light showers. That main front is still out to the west, and as it progresses towards our area, it's going to spark a few showers, a thunderstorm. With the clouds, with the damp conditions we have right now, we've actually decreased rather than increased our risk for severe weather later today. So I really don't think too many people are going to see anything gusty out of this, but we are getting some showers around and a bit of fog as well. Visibility down to about 1.5 miles in Coatesville and Reading. So north and west, you've been dealing with the fog all morning, and that continues. So some showers around at 11. As you're heading to the Phils game, be prepared. It could be damp at times. 72 degrees at 3 o'clock. It's at least warm with some breaks of sun at the end of the day, and then a couple of showers or a thunderstorm around again later on tonight and into tomorrow morning. And we back off with the temps tomorrow too. So we have a lot to go over in that 7-day forecast. That's coming up in just a minute. Alicia and Aliana.
Okay, Karen, thanks.
Heading up, as long as we get some breaks of sun, 77 degrees. We'll get a couple of scattered or showers or thunderstorms. We have that right now, and we'll continue to see that a little bit. It's not going to rain constantly all day, but they really did sneak in, and they were more numerous and a little earlier than we thought. It is turning breezy and humid through the afternoon. More rain and storms later tonight and tomorrow morning as well. But it does look like highs in the Lehigh Valley, low 70s. We should reach the mid to upper 70s in the city, and upper 70s in parts of South Jersey, assuming we break these clouds for a few bakes of sun late day, which is what it looks like. Now, Storm Tracker 6, we have our multi-sweep scan. It's not much coming down, but it's kind of miserable out there. As we can see these showers, earlier we had a few lightning strikes. I'm not seeing anything with that just yet. I mean, this is the same front out to our west that sparked that severe weather outbreak in the central U.S., but it's just kind of falling apart as it does. So, in fact, our severe weather risk is looking lesser and not greater. So earlier this morning, I was showing you this, and this is from Norman, Oklahoma, in the Storm Prediction Center, where they place our area, the area of green, in a marginal risk. It's the lowest you can get in severe weather, a 1 out of 5. Now, earlier this morning, it had looked like our western suburbs, you have a better shot of seeing a gusty storm. Now they're backing away from that. I think with the clouds and the early rain, it kind of diminishes that chance of something getting gusty later. So watch for a few more scattered or showers or a rumble of thunder around at times today. But it's really later tonight. This is a look at midnight and into tomorrow morning's commute. This is a look at 6:30 in the morning when we have the better chance to see some of that before we kind of dry out in the afternoon. So if you're heading to the Phils game, it's going to feel a little sticky towards the end of the game. It's damp out there right now for sure, but even at 1 o'clock, I think you've got cloudy skies and the chance for a shower around, but nothing terribly gusty. So that's the good news. At 11 o'clock, it's 63. At 3, it's 72. At 7 o'clock, it's 74 with a lot of clouds, maybe a peak of sun, and I think a better chance for some more consolidated showers or a rumble of thunder at 11 o'clock and into the overnight hours. So for the overnight, we drop down to 60. It's a little wet with some showers or a rumble of thunder, so your morning commute's a little wet. The afternoon is drier, but it is turning cooler. We're not into the 70s tomorrow. Here's your exclusive AccuWeather 7-day forecast. 77 today. We've got that drizzle, a couple of showers or a storm around. We have a lot of clouds today. We should see a peak of sun or two that would bring us to that 77. And then in the overnight hours, you've got some showers, a rumble of thunder. We go from a wet start to a drier afternoon and 65. Look how low we get on Saturday, 55. Kind of a chilly breeze. It's warmer on Sunday with 75. I think any storm holds off till the nighttime hours. Then it's cool next week. Look at these numbers, ladies. Monday, 55. Tuesday and Wednesday, 50. Overnights near or below freezing. We could have some freeze concerns for any of those people who potted or planted a little bit early.
You know, because people are trying to get ahead.
No, yes.
I was hoping to do it this weekend, but
well, maybe hold off.
All right.
After
Let's talk to Karen now.
I think it'll be more of that. It's cloudy and it's damp, and that's what we're dealing with. Now, assuming we get some breaks of sun at the end of the day, today we go up to the mid to upper 70s as well as on Sunday. Basically, over the next week, our highs are highs, our lows are low. So we drop down to the 50s a few times. We've got some cool days coming up in the 7-day forecast. In fact, as I look at early next week, I want to give you an early heads up on Tuesday and Wednesday. We may have some freeze concerns overnight. So if you're thinking about doing some planting, maybe over the weekend, just kind of hold off a little bit, because Tuesday and Wednesday, during the day, our temperatures will mostly be in the 40s, a high about 50 each night, where normally the high is 62. Normally the overnight low is 42, but we'll get down to about the freezing mark in the city Tuesday night and much colder in the suburbs. And even Wednesday, I think will be in below freezing in some of the suburbs Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Now, right now, Storm Tracker with their multi-sweep scan and our exclusive radar site in Lancaster showing that if you're northwest, most of the northwest suburbs are pretty dry and it's just damp and cloudy out there. But in Reading and Allentown, we've got a couple of showers. These showers here in South Jersey are kind of hit or miss, but I did notice a couple of lightning strikes out here near Millville and now Buena Vista, almost at the AC Expressway. So watch for a little rumble of thunder out there. It's wet at times right now. I think it gets a little drier during the game today. So if you're heading to the Phils game at 1 o'clock, be prepared for a shower, but it shouldn't be quite this wet. We are keeping an eye on those showers out to the west that form as well. So I think the better chance for the consolidated showers and storms will be late tonight into the overnight. Here's a look at midnight, where you get the rumble of thunder, some showers coming down, and even tomorrow during the morning commute, it's a bit wet to start the morning commute. So kind of that dreary pattern continues. There's a real range in temperatures. It is 70 in Dover, Delaware, but it's only 59 in the city and 48 in Reading. So it kind of depends on where you are with this southerly flow. So we think the clouds are going to break for some peaks of sun, and that's going to allow those temperatures to get to the mid to upper 70s. But at lunchtime, it's only 65 with cloud sky, and it's a little damp as you start the game. At 1 o'clock, it's 70. At 3 o'clock, it's 72. And the wind starts to pick up a little bit, so it's breezy, especially along the shore. At 4, it's 75. At 5, with some peaks of sun, you've reached 76 degrees. And then overnight tonight, we get a few showers or a rumble of thunder and 60 degrees. Doesn't look like there's a good chance of anything becoming severe. We can't rule that out. I think it would be an isolated gusty storm, but for the most part, it's just showers and a rumble of thunder. So we're dealing with a little drizzle, a couple of showers now. 77 for your high this afternoon. Tomorrow starts off wet in the morning, drier in the afternoon, and 65. Saturday's damp and cool, a high of only 55 degrees with that easterly wind. Now we spike up on Sunday to about 75. It's really warm. I think the storms hold off to late at night, so Sunday's not a bad day. But behind that system, it's cool next week. Look at